Every day, gas masks save lives. Firefighters rely on them to survive smoke-filled buildings. Soldiers depend on them to endure chemical warfare. Factory workers use them to protect their lungs from hazardous fumes. One man's invention made this possible. But did you know that Americans chose death over his invention and almost never gave him credit for it? All because of the color of his skin. Well, let's find out how this happened. Garrett Augustus Morgan was a self-taught inventor who created one of the earliest gas masks. He was born on March 4, 1877 in Claysville, Kentucky. He was one of 11 children and didn't have access to a proper education. At a very young age, Morgan moved to Cincinnati and found work as a handyman. He later became a sewing machine repairman. But he wasn't just fixing machines, he was improving them. This talent for innovation led him to open his own sewing machine repair business in Cleveland, Ohio. Soon after, he expanded into a tailoring shop with his wife, Mary, employing over 30 workers. His business was thriving, but his biggest breakthrough was yet to come. One day, while trying to create a solution to reduce friction in sewing machines, Morgan accidentally discovered that the liquid could straighten hair. And just like that, Morgan invented a hair straightening product. He founded the G.A. Morgan Hair Refining Company, which became hugely successful. But while this invention made him money, his next invention would save lives. In the early 1900s, industrial accidents were common and fires were deadly, not because of flames, but because of the smoke that suffocated people before they could escape. Morgan witnessed these accidents too many times and realized that if people could just breathe clean air in these situations, more lives could be saved. And so he began designing the safety hood. His design was simple but brilliant. The gas mask used a hood, long breathing tubes to draw cleaner air from the ground, and a filtration system with sponges to block smoke and toxins. With this, a person could breathe safely in a smoke-filled environment. Morgan filed for a patent for the design in 1912, but there was a problem with selling the product. Morgan was a black man, and many refused to buy his life-saving invention just because of the color of his skin. So he got creative. He founded a company called the National Safety Device Company in 1914 to market the mask. He also hired a white actor to take credit for this invention, and other times he would disguise as Big Chief Mason, a full-blooded Indian from the Walpole Island Indian Reserve in Canada. When in this disguise, he would demonstrate how to use the safety hood to the public. The plan worked. Orders for the safety hood started coming in, even from fire departments. After proving its value in multiple cities, it was patented and won a gold medal from the International Association of Fire Chiefs. However, his greatest test came on a fateful night in 1916, when he risked his own life to prove that his invention worked. On July 24, 1916, a construction crew digging a tunnel under Lake Erie struck a gas pocket. An explosion killed several workers, and the tunnel filled with deadly fumes. Rescue workers tried to help, but many collapsed and died before they could reach the trapped men. While looking for ways to rescue those still alive, someone remembered Morgan and his safety hood. They quickly called him. Without hesitation, Morgan, his brother, and 2 other volunteers went into the toxic tunnel, risking their own lives to save others. By the end of the night, they had pulled several men out alive. But when the newspapers reported the story, guess what happened? His name was never mentioned. Everybody else involved in the rescue were issued medals except Morgan and his brother. It gets worse. A group of Cleveland citizens tried to correct the omission by presenting him with a diamond-studded gold medal 1 year later, which made Morgan's company receive more order requests from fire departments all over the country. However, the national news that reported the medal he was given included photographs of him. This made officials in a number of southern cities cancel their existing orders when they discovered he was black. Despite the racism he faced, Morgan's invention was eventually adopted by fire departments in the country and the U.S. military. It was also used in World War I and beyond. It wasn't until decades later that his contributions were fully acknowledged. Today, Morgan's safety hood is recognized as a groundbreaking invention that paved the way for the modern gas mask. His courage during the Lake Erie Tunnel disaster remains one of the greatest acts of heroism in American history. Though he faced racial prejudice at every turn, he refused to let society's barriers stop him from making a difference. Every time a firefighter survives a burning building, Every time a soldier withstands chemical warfare, and every time a worker breathes safely in a toxic environment, they owe a debt to Garrett Morgan, the man who saw danger and dared to find a solution. If you found this story inspiring, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories of great innovators. Thanks for watching.